So, you know how we often talk about the 90s on this show?
Yeah.
Today, I bought a bag of motherfucking Starburst. This is like the 90s in my mouth right here.
Are you doing the asshole thing of putting every flavor at once in your mouth?
Oh god, I don't think I could handle it. I can barely handle one.
Right?
Like those
God damn.
cherry ones, like, bam!
It's a burst of star, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn. Hey, dude, then go-to 90s stack for me. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but sour Skittles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That shit was fucking amazing, man. Like on the fucking playground and shit. Just like getting sour Skittles and see like you can eat the bag the fastest. Good times. That's what we used to do. I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, Skittles were awesome. Except tropical Skittles.
Yeah, dude, that shit kind of is weak as fuck.
It's like
Goddamn.
I mean, the original ones had, like, lots of great flavor. Sour Skittles were, like, the same, but sour, so they were, like, even better. And tropical Skittles were like, hey, look, we got, like, pineapple and shit.
Yeah, let's just change everything that you like to something you don't like. Right on, man. So my name is Damon Taco Beans.
And I'm Skeletroid Blockbuster.
But if you don't know what the show is, because we haven't said since like episode 1, we tell stories, little funny, silly stories that we write, and they're both 2 pages long at the maximum. And I write about the past of a fantastic fantasy world.
And I write about the future. Also a fantastic fantasy world. I don't think about my stuff so much as like sci-fi is more like space fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Because
Cool.
like the way that I always thought about it was like the whole Star Wars versus Star Trek kind of thing, where like in Star Wars things just worked. You didn't need an explanation; they just happened, and you were like, "Oh, this is fucking cool," and it works.
Yeah, it was space
In
magic.
Star Trek, it's like, here's like 6 zillion words about why this is happening.
Yeah, but isn't that just more engaging?
I didn't think so.
No, it's not. I just want Jabba the Hutt in every episode, man.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Our prompts for this week were comets.
And as seen on TV, thank you, Davis, from last episode, giving this prompt suggestion of as seen on TV, which is fucking nuts. But hopefully we made it work. Sweet. You just want to start the show now?
Didn't we already? Isn't that what this is?
You know what I mean. Let's start reading some motherfucking stories, bro.
Alright.
Getting ready. So my story is called I Got a Fever and the Only Cure is Infomercials.
I like it already.
Yeah. After the humiliating defeat from episode 7, Gumdrop Listerine Basketball Machine went to his cottage in the town of the Rock Monsters. He sat down in front of the fantasy version of a TV and turned it on. It turns out the only thing that plays on the TV in Bumdagger are infomercials and the news.
Well, that's 50% awesome.
Hey you! The magic box screamed. Have you ever wanted wheat thins but all you have are Triscuits? A talking pudding cup said. Well, now introducing the Triscuit Morpher. It can morph your dumbass Triscuits to anything you want, as long as the thing you wanted was wheat thins. Gumdrop scratched himself as he changed the channel. Howdy, young rapscallion, a tall lizard man in a cowboy hat spoke with a smile. Do you have a problem with Nerf Nogs? Gumdrop's eyes widened. Because who doesn't have a problem with Nerf Nogs nowadays, am I right? The TV lizard man continued, standing with at least 25 Nerf Nogs standing around his feet. Now with the D-Nogger, you can get rid of all those pesky Nerf Nogs as easy as 1, 2, and poof! All the Nerf Nogs are gone. Gumdrop reached for the telerock. With 40 easy payments of 2,000 Denny's, you can be denogging today! Just then, Gumdrop rolled his eyes and mumbled, Goddamn pricey fucks, then changed the channel once more.
Yeah, that's a lot of Denny's.
It is a lot of fucking Denny's, man. Alright, I gotta get into character for this one. Listen up, pussy! A buff rabbit said with purpose. My name is Death to All, and I'm here to fucking sell you some death metal duckies. Mr. All gestured toward the left side of the screen, and with a quick camera pan, a brown table was revealed with so many duck toys that Gumdrop's dick kinda got hard. We have Punk Duck, Boulder Metal Goose, Grindcore Gander, and for the ladies, Baby Duck Metal. Just then, the entirety of Rondo of Nightmare played on the TV. Yeah!
I want the whole set.
I know.
Are we selling those on the store along with the Pogs?
Dude, that'd be awesome. I really want to. Gumdrop scrambled for the telerock and knocked it over on the ground. He tried to pick it up with his feet. And the best part, Death to All continued, if you call this number in the next 6 seconds, you will get every single ducky for free. Gumdrop's fat feet couldn't grip onto the remote, so he had to bend over. 6, 5, the time counted down. He tried with all his might to reach that telerock. The seconds were melting away, fast. 4, he got a hold of the telerock. He just needed to dial the number. 3, 2, almost got them all dialed. I'm sorry to interrupt this program, Janet, the TV news anchor, spoke calmly. Ah! Gumdrop screamed and threw the phone at the TV. I'm going to bed, Gumdrop said sluggishly, and turned off the TV. This just in, Janet continued. A giant rock coming from the sky is hurling towards our planet. Our wizard scientists conclude that this will kill every living thing and some things that aren't alive. Kiss your loved ones goodbye. This is the end. Janet had one single tear roll down her face before they turned off the news feed. Cut to the Comet, talking on a phone. Yes, Ma, I'm going to the store. Of course I'm looking at where I'm going. Of course I remember the jacket. Cut to the planet. Hey man, get off the phone. Can you see him orbiting over here? Cut back to the Comet. Hey Ma, I gotta hang up. Some asshole's yelling at me. The Comet hung up and put his focus on the space road. He realized he was heading towards the planet and then called his mother back. Cut back to the planet. I can't believe this shit. That mom is back on the phone. The planet gestured to one of its moods. Hey Kobe, can you get the Comet off its course? I have all civilizations living on me, so I can't do it myself. You understand, right? The moon shrugged and mumbled. I gotta save your ass after what did at my son's bar mitzvah? Cut back to the Comet. Hey Ma, I'm headed for a planet. What should I do? You're what? The mother screamed over the phone. Oh my dear baby, just remember what they taught you in Comet school. The Comet gave a grimace. Ma, I hate to tell you this right now, but I never passed. I lied. Cut to the moon. Hey, douchebag, are you ready for my boss? Can you turn around? The Comet began to cry. The moon was not happy. You're going to make me do it, aren't you? Do what? The Comet said through its tears. Do this. Just then the moon crashed into the Comet face first. The Comet was knocked off its track, and the moon was turned to space dust. Cut back to the planet. Colby, no! The end.
Holy fucking shit. Forget my story, that was space fantasy.
Like, a little mesh of both worlds, because I never get to write sci-fi shit, so I did a giant loophole of talking about the actual planets.
I dug it. That was awesome.
Thanks, man. I had fun writing it, too, so. Yeah! Can't wait to hear your story about TV and comets.
so this one's called As Seen on TV. Rye Toasterson was a piece of shit. He was one of the brothers of Bread Toasterson, who was eaten alive after a sports ball match. Bread was a good guy. Rye, however, not so much. He didn't really contribute anything to society, and mainly preferred to sit on the couch and watch TV. In fact, he was doing it right now. Rye lifted the remote, pressed the big, shiny red power button, and the TV turned on with a familiar hum. Oh, it's 1595. Almost time for my favorite show. That might not make sense to you in the present, but in the future, they changed how time is represented because, let's face it, Base 12 is stupid. And so is starting the clock at 12 instead of 1. Countless lives have been saved due to everyone knowing that noon starts at 1 p.m. and midnight starts at 1 a.m. How, you ask? Well, when people want to sleep, they don't have to set their alarms 5 minutes before the hour because they can't remember which is noon and which is midnight, resulting in people overall being more refreshed, causing less accidents at work. Rye switched the TV to channel 69, and was surprised to see a news bulletin screen instead of his favorite show. "The fuck is this?" Rye asked. The announcer began to explain. "We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin. Bringing you the details is Channel 69's lead news correspondent, Dick Bigley." The TV cut to a shot of Bigley sitting at the anchor desk. "The Earth is doomed. There's a comet on a collision course with the planet, and our global military has no plan to intercept it. Scientists have devised a way to—" "Boring!" Rye shouted. "I wonder what else is on," he said as he switched the channel. "Today's movie for a rainy afternoon. Lasers, dicks, and laser dicks. The Cyborgs and Dragons TV movie. Brought to you in part by Divorceahol, the only drink with enough kick to get you kicked out of your own house." "They made a fucking movie about that shit?" Rye said. "That show's fucking terrible." "I guess it just goes to show that you can do anything if you're dedicated enough." He switched the channel again. It was a documentary about skeletons getting bone dick enhancement surgery. For just being skeletons, there sure was a lot of blood squirting everywhere. Rye couldn't stand the sight of blood, so he quickly changed to a channel that had a commercial for Snailian hover scooters. It was that standard sort of infomercial, you know, like showing Snailians just sucking at life without them, and then having the time of their fucking lives riding around. Rye thought about calling the number on the screen, but then realized he wouldn't have time for TV if he spent all his time riding around on a hover scooter. So he just switched channels again. It was one of those join the military commercials that showed cutscenes of General Cranberry Orange being a badass set to Godsmack music. Then cut to a shot of him telling you to join the Royal Cupcake Brigade. Rye was very anti-military, so he changed channels again. To be honest, though, he was anti-anything that didn't involve sitting on a couch, watching TV with a remote in one hand and his dick in the other. He watched the sports ball broadcast for a while. The electricity technomancers were facing the Chillville cool guys. Gumdrop EXE was wrecking shit like usual, dunking fools into the courtside volcano with the 540 double burger, a movie learned from watching ancient historical films. The Cyberclops was named MVP of the game for the 325th time in a row, and was interviewed by the courtside announcer. "Gumdrop, fantastic job out there. What's the secret to your team's success?" Gumdrop thought for a moment, breathing heavily, then responded, "Well, I just go out there and give it my best. Oh, and it helps if you kill as many of your opponents as possible. Yeah, that's always a good time." The announcer turned to the camera. "Thanks, Gumdrop. Best of luck in the rest of the season. Coming up next, we have the finals in the Chillville Vodka Rock Boxing Tournament. But first, we're gonna head back to the Sports Action Center for 6 hours of post-game analysis." Rye switched the channel, and music instantly started playing. "I filled my truck with alcohol so we could both get drunk. And then I whipped my dick out and I noticed it was missing a chunk." Rye realized that it was a music video for the song "Fucking That Tailpipe" by Uncle Daddy and the Cousin Fuckers, and changed channels as quickly as he could. He went back to the first channel, and thankfully that boring news report about the stupid comet was ending. "We now return you to your scheduled programming. Currently in progress." It showed a man and a woman standing on a cliff, holding each other and waving to a figure flying off in the distance. "Thanks, cool dog," the man yelled. "We'll never forget what you taught us about life and love." "And sex," the woman shouted, instantly realizing she said something she shouldn't have, especially with the horrified look on her husband's face. You mean you and he? Come on, honey. You know that no woman alive can resist that cool dog's charm." Then they started laughing like people used to do at the end of TV shows, and the screen went dark, showing the credits and playing the ending theme, which went a little like this. "Well, he's the coolest little dog, and he wears a little mask. You better not underestimate him or he'll kick your ass. He's got a floating cape and a badass hoverboard. He can travel space and time, and he never gets cold sores. Cool dog, you need him in your life. You know you'll never lose all the love he's found. Cool dog, he'll probably fuck your wife because of all the time you're not around." The end.
Wow, man, I can't believe we made the same story.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I was having trouble getting ideas, so I just kind of wrote, the clip show version of, basically the last 10 episodes. So, if you haven't listened to every episode, go back and listen to them all. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Storytelling 101. I'm Professor Blockbuster.
And I'm Dr. Taco Beans. It's been a while.
Sure has. But we're back. And today, we're going to talk about going off on tangents. So, we're, along with 95% of our generation, obsessed with, old Simpsons episodes. One of my favorite things ever on The Simpsons was when Grandpa Simpson was telling this story about how he couldn't bust heads like he used to back in the day, but now he just tells long-winded stories that never go anywhere. Like the time he was going to Shelbyville, and he had an onion tied to his belt, which was the style at the time. Everybody knows that fucking rant. Because it's so good. It's just something that takes the story on a complete left turn and makes you go, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, I don't remember that episode at all. But in podcasts in general, though, tangents are the blood of the show. if the hosts are the heart, the tangents are the blood, man, because that's just how people talk. They just keep going, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, oh yeah, we should be talking about this.
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's even better is unscripted tangents. You know, like when one of us writes something funny and then we just start talking about it, and, you know, the story gets completely derailed, but I'm having a good time, so who cares, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's all it is, man. We're just having a good time. But tangents, could we do episode with no tangents?
I don't know if I could, to be honest, because, like, this, it even kind of ties into, like, when I went to college, I was in radio and television arts. And my big thing, other than production, was commercial writing. You know, the ability to try and write something that is cohesive and it tells a whole story in, like, 30 seconds, that's a challenge. You know, it's sort of the same as, like, writing sketches for sketch comedy. Like, some of them might only be 30 seconds long if that's all you need. So, no, like, I don't think I could, because, like, my brain just goes, like, alright, here's where we're going, and now I'm gonna write about, like, clocks and time, because it's something I've thought about at some point in the past and wanted to get out. So there you go. Class dismissed.
So, guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of CND.
We did it! We made it through another one!
Yeah, dude. We're past the benchmark of episode 10, so nothing but up from here.
So, what are we gonna talk about next time?
Well,
my segues are smooth as butter.
Smooth as a heroin addiction. But fucking Red Rich, thank you, Red Rich, but you suggested Book Fair, and we're gonna do that for the next episode, and I think we should do pyramids. So, book fairs and pyramids. Yeah! It's gonna be a writing challenge for sure.
I can do it. Yeah, we have a show, so we kind of have to, don't we?
So, if you want to support the show, an easy follow on Twitter is easy. Just go CND_podcast. We're there. And then Facebook is CND podcast, no underscore. And then Cyborgs and Dragons on YouTube. You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn. And leave a prompt. If you want to be a shout out on the show, if you want to be like Red Rich over here, fucking just be like, hey, just tweet at us, Facebook us, YouTube us. We'll find it. Just don't put it like in fucking like your mom's mailbox. Why is it going in your mom's mailbox, guys? Give it to us.
Well, I might find it. Oh!
Oh! The butt chink. Over here. Fucking. God damn it, Troy. Sweet.